Greensboro, North Carolina, which is about, I'd say, about 4 hours away from Washington, D.C. So I'm pretty close to D.C. My main goal is to be there at the inauguration. And for Trump's inauguration. Left Asheville. I just came from Asheville. I stayed there for about four days, I think. 4 or 5 days. I liked it. Ended up talking to a woman, and I don't know. It's like my body's trying to tell me to continue, but my mind says no. And I remember when I got a girl's number just to get God mad when I was married to your mother, and I ended up throwing away the phone number as I left. The restaurant, fast food restaurant, and I ended up telling her, and it just felt like that. Like I couldn't believe it, and instead of getting mad at God, I got, like I said, just life continues on. She looked at me and I looked at her, and I mean, she looked like your mother. Like, she was short, white skin, and brown hair. I thought she was American at first, so I just asked her, are you waiting long for your order? So I was picking up a Uber Eats, and I feel like I'm going down a hill, but I'm on the expressway. It's kind of weird, and it's dark out. And it's actually a main road, or a highway, so it's kind of weird. But, excuse me. Huh. Passing the exit says Old Fort. Man, this is weird. And it sounded like Old Fart, but it says Old Fort. This is crazy. I guess I was on top of a hill, or on top of the mountain. No wonder it was a lot of hills and valleys and stuff. My brakes did a lot of work when I was in Asheville. It's weird. I feel my ears getting a little different right now. I feel like I'm going downhill. It's crazy. But yeah, like, and she looked at me, she smiled, but she didn't know any English. I thought she was American. She was light skinned and everything, but brown hair and short, just like your mother, man. And I was like, do you speak Spanish? She was like, yes. And from Costa Rica. And she got her food like within 20 seconds. Wow, my ears. Ugh. It's crazy. But that happened Friday? So we're Monday right now. That happened Friday, and I don't know why I was still waiting for my order, and she went to sit down by herself. She got one meal, and I said, "What the hell?" I went right up to her and I said, "Disculpa por la molestia, pero quiero conocerte más." I don't know if you guys know Japanese, but in translation, I said, "I'm sorry for bothering you, but I want to get to know you more." Like, I'm very direct, I guess. I don't know. Like, I didn't. And I said, "I don't know what's your situation," and she said she has a boyfriend, and then my natural instincts came out. Like, I was just curious, so I asked questions, and it turned into a nice conversation. And the way she spoke Spanish, like, very similar to your mom's, which is weird because she's from Costa Rica. Like, that's way down south. It's a whole other country. And the way she has this, like, I don't want to call it man voice, but your mom has a deep voice, like not a girly, like Barbie type voice, like a girly woman would have. Like, your mom has a deep, strong voice, and she had that too. All of it, man. It's a testament that I want your mother. And I started talking to her more, asking her more questions. She got a divorce. They came from Costa Rica. 11 years married, and her husband just left her once they came to the United States. And she's dating an American guy and doesn't even speak Spanish for 6 months. And talked a little bit, and she says she didn't like to cook. She just cooks to survive. And I said, "Well, I like to cook, but when I was married, I didn't do a lot of cooking, but I try to cook. But when I do, it brought me happiness." I said I did it more for my wife not working. Like, it brought me joy seeing her sitting down not doing nothing instead of doing a lot of work in the kitchen. And like, when I said that, she was like, "Oh wow," like she really liked it. And I don't even care about her voice. Like, I'm just talking. Like, I just want to talk. And then earlier I mentioned, I'm like, "Well, I'd really like to get to know you. I want to respect your relationship." But I told her, I'm like, "But one thing is certain in life that I learned in my years of this crazy world is that there's one thing that's certain in life, that's guaranteed 100%, and that is nothing is forever." And she, like, wow, like, it was very deep for her. She's like, "Yeah." Like, I saw her eyes, I observed her face and her eyes, and I felt like she wanted to tell me more about her life. And that's when I asked her, I'm like, "Hey, I'll let you decide. I'll give you my phone number." And then we talked a little bit more about Costa Rica, about the snow, and then we talked about cooking. mother cooked forever. She was a beautiful cook. Beautiful. And I don't remember the taste, but I remember the plates. Like, the taste is great, of course, but I remember more of the kitchen. I remember more of the stove. I remember more lifting up the cover and just smelling all the food. I remember when she asked me, "Are you hungry?" when I came home late for work. I remember when she said, "I got food for you." We underestimate what food can do to a man and to a woman. How it symbolizes so much love. I digress. And then when I told her that comment, I mean, that was like probably 2 minutes later from me saying, she said maybe, basically, that I give her the phone number, mine. And then from that to like 2 minutes later, I brought it up again. I'm like, hey, like I said, I don't know your situation, but I want to respect it. She's like, well, I'll give you my number. And I laughed in my head. I'm like, oh man, like it all makes sense. Like it's like textbook. Like you give her a reason and just show that she was interested. And part of me wanted me to stay later. Part of me wanted me to invite her to the Ohio State game to watch it at like Buffalo Wild Wings, but here I am driving away from there. I met her in Asheville. Not Nashville. That's Nashville, Tennessee. I went there too, but it's like 6, 7, maybe 8 hours away. But Asheville, North Carolina, which got hit by the Hurricane Helene back in September or October, so like 4 or 5 months ago. It's crazy. Or like 2 or 3 months ago. But yeah, so I saw a lot of the destruction, the aftermath. It's crazy, but yeah, it's a beautiful woman. She smiled beautifully, and I don't know, I just continue on, boys. Nothing's like your mother. But I'm gonna tell you this, when the moment when I am legally allowed to see you boys, knowing that your mother will probably never change her mind on coming back to me, and it will never be the same, boys, but I'm anticipating that she will be firm on her divorce, because she just will always be a slave to her family. So I'll go in there, not even say anything, just give like a professional nod, basically saying hi with my head, like nodding it to anyone that I see, whether any family member besides your mother. And as I walk in the house, I'll look at you boys, smile, hug you. I'll do 99% of the talking to you boys, and I'll look at all you four, but I'll talk to only Isaac and Benny, the oldest ones. And I could imagine William probably got close with Vincent, kind of like how Benny got close with Isaac. Maybe William got close with Vincent. I would have loved to see that dynamic. That would have been a cool dynamic. So I would just talk to Isaac and Benny, and I would tell them I'll kneel down or slouch down at their level, at your guys' height, and I will tell you boys, it's time to be strong young men. I've trust in all you boys. That is why I want you, when you turn 18 years old, I want you to come look for me and find me. I'll be so happy to unite with you boys again. But for now, I will not participate in this divorced family. I'll see you on the other side, boys. And you'll probably say something like, Dad, no, or Dad, why, or I don't understand, anything. I don't know if you guys are going to cry or not, but if you do, I want you to, I have a response for that. I'll say, hey, it's okay to cry, but never do it in front of people. Save those tears for later. Be strong, protect, and love your mother. That's it. I'll sit back up or stand back up, and I would turn to your mother and I'll just look at her. No grin, no smile, nothing. Just look at her. And then nod. Do like a quick nod. Just acknowledging her. And then walk away. I would say give William and Vincent my love. My best, I would say. I'll probably record it because that's what I like to do. I like to remember the special moments. And that's it. What I learned about not crying in front of anybody, I would even go further. Say, don't cry in front of your enemies. But it won't be the right time to say it at that point. But I believe your aunts and uncles are my enemy. They would say I have a problem. They would say I would have anger problem, everything. They have no idea the stuff that I went through. And only you boys will understand, because you are my blood. You are me and I am you. It's just the way it is. So you understand it. Only you boys will understand me. The way they would portray my anger as if I'm this criminal, this evil man. You guys seen it. I got angry. I spanked you guys. I'll never put my category of an evil husband or evil father, because as you get older, you'll learn what an evil father and an evil husband does and is. I got frustrated because I couldn't pay for things to provide for my family. That's not an evil husband. That's not an evil father. That is a tired father and a tired husband. And your mother didn't understand that. And I'll never blame her for that. She doesn't know. And that's why I tell you boys, do not cry in front of anybody. Doesn't matter if you think your wife will trust you. Doesn't matter if your brothers or a close friend of yours or a girlfriend. No one. Because they will use it against you, boys. They will put you in a weak position and they will beat you. And they will win. And you will lose. So it's okay to cry, because it's just natural. You're going to cry. Many men who are stupid They try not to cry. You can't go against nature, but you can tame it. You can manage it. You just can't force it, or you can't stop it. So tame it, manage it, so you have the appropriate time to cry, and cry by yourself. It sucks because no one will see your struggle. No one will see the shit that you go through. No one will see it. But that's the best way. That way they have nothing to fight against you with. Against you with? What's that? They have nothing to fight against you. Fight with against you. Something like that. You know what I mean. They won't have no ammunition, essentially. So there's less opportunity to beat you. More opportunity for you to win. Just the way it is, boys. Doesn't matter if it's your wife. I opened up so much to your wife. I opened up so much to your mother. I was so honest with her. I told her everything that was on my mind. And I was different because men are not supposed to share their feelings. But I learned through the Catholic faith, maybe that's what we're missing as men. Maybe that's what a good husband should do. So I did it. I got screwed at the end. All the things I talked about, your mother used against me. I talked about a switch. Like you can't turn off the switch of being an evil person or cheating. I talked more about cheating. You can't just turn it off. And she used that analogy against me, saying I can't get better right away, like I was claiming, which I did get better, but she used it against me. It's awful. It's awful. And that disillusion that you feel like, man, like I told her everything, and then she recorded me, and yes, I said bad things, but she didn't have to record it as if she wanted to hurt me. I know what I said. Heck, you boys were there. Isaac and Betty was there when I said it. I wasn't hiding it. It wasn't secretive. But man, it ruined everything. That's the strategy you use to hurt someone. And yet I still don't blame her. But it's over now, boys. Like, she'll never understand the stuff that I went through to keep that family going. And yet I lost it all. So much for keeping it going. So I can't see another woman. Like, don't you understand that, Nancy? Like, my life, my mind, my body, like my inside, like my soul, I chose for you. That you can't turn off. That's not a switch. As you can see, I use that analogy a lot. You just can't. You can't delete it. You can't. It's undeletable. Because I studied like that. It was designed that way. I designed it that way. I practiced so much of focusing only on you. I've said this many times, boys, so I shouldn't repeat it. But you know where I stand. I doubt your mother will do anything to try to come back to me. 'Cause deep down, I don't believe she loved me. And that's what sucks, man. I wish she did. I wish she did. Getting better. Times when I normally cry a lot, it only hits me for like 3-4 seconds, and then I kind of jump up. I do something where I look away, or I breathe heavily, and it goes away. So nature will take its course. It always does. I'll probably stop crying. It will happen because we're human. Like, the more I'm separated from my family, the more I'll forget about you guys. It's just human nature. That's how we are wired. That's why so many people marry other people, have kids with another couple, and all these things. But in reality, you can't forget it. It's just nature. But spiritually, we'll always have them in our hearts. That you can't turn off. That's why so many people are worse than me. That's why so many people drink. That's why so many people do drugs, have addictions, whether sex or drugs, pornography. They just try to numb the pain, because physically they're getting over it, but spiritually and mentally, like, they still have dreams, they still daydream, they still think of the person they said they're gonna love for the rest of their lives. Like, this idea of divorce, like, it's not new. It's been around forever. And for many people, they do it the cheating way. It's all tainted, man. And your mother and I, we never tainted it. That's why it was so beautiful, boys. I still remember one of the January videos, well, 2023 for New Year's. You guys sent a video to me, and I couldn't see you boys, and your mother was recording it, and then towards the end, Isaac took the little statues of Mary and Jesus, or Mary, Joseph, and Jesus, and you said, "Look, Dad," and you made Mary and Joseph kiss. It's like, this is you, and this is Mom, and this is you, and this is me. And then you pointed at Jesus. You was like, "This is me, the first baby." And the way you said it was just so cute, so genuine, so beautiful. And then as the camera was going away, you started making Mary and Joseph kiss. Like, I think I already said this. It just comes to me a lot. I remember that. Like, you knew how good we are. You knew that we loved each other. Like, you don't do that if you don't know. You didn't have to pick those statue things up. Like, you did it because you knew that we always showed our love to each other. Funny Boys, that was designed that way. Like, I learned that on my own, and I talked with your mother about it, and then we did it like that. That was a good sign, showing the affection. I said, "I love your mother. Yo amo a tu mami. Yo amo a tu papi." much anger that I had, it didn't matter, man. We still had a beautiful family. The homeschool really hurted me, of your mother stopped homeschooling you guys once we separated. That hurted me a lot. Still hurts me. So we lost out on 4 beautiful boys learning and loving their mother. You're not gonna love your mother like the way you're loving her. That seed will never be planted. We were planting that seed. We were seeing it in live action. How you were just slowly love your mother and thinking about your father. That's gone. Your mother probably worked. We didn't make a lot of money, but we chose that because we value the time. And it all ended because I couldn't handle it. I couldn't afford things. And that's the sacrifice that I did, boys. I could have easily said, no, let's take you to childcare so your mother can work. But we chose not to. And it cost me my family. I can't do nothing about it. Those are things that your mother would never understand. But I'll never blame her, man. It's just over. And I hate it. I hate it every second. I can't. I have to yell at myself every night, man. Say, just go to bed, Nico. Just go to bed. I'll probably leave this world, and right before I die, that'll be the thoughts I'll have. Of me losing my family. It was no one's fault but mine. And here I am driving to North Carolina. Sleep in my car. But then I feel a little better when I see when it's freezing cold outside, and I see these guys outside of the gas station just standing with whatever they got in their backpacks and their small jackets, and they're freezing. You can tell they're freezing. And here I am 5 feet away from them in a car and with 2 blankets and a pillow. I'm in heaven. I actually feel hot sometimes. Got down to 28 degrees and I had to take off one of the blankets because it was warm. It got cold right away, so I had to put it back on. But yeah, it's the way it is. I'll never understand this world, man. About it. But yeah, that would be my plan when I see you boys again. I even dreamt of the positive thing, like, hey, maybe your mother will change her mind. Maybe she'll say, you know what, I'm gonna fight for my marriage. So when I nod at her and walk away, I can imagine her siblings saying, no, let him go, and she would say, shut up, I don't need you, I'm gonna be with my husband. And then you would tell Isaac and Benny, like, boys, get dad, we're going with dad. And then Isaac and Benny would be so happy, oh, we're going with dad. And and yet we had everything. Now that nothing hurts me anymore, nothing, I think I told you boys, but now whenever the same things that come up that used to make me angry or frustrated, I like laugh at it, and then I cry right away because I'm like, no one sees me doing it. And then I laugh, and then I cry, and then I would say, I'm still gonna do it. I'm still gonna laugh and like forget about it. Basically what I do is like, I just laugh about it. And I do a quick smile, like, Some guy got real mad at the way I responded today, and I didn't do anything. And I walked away and I said, thank you, sir. And he just, something's going on in his world. And he just got angry quickly, and then I didn't escalate it or anything. I just stood there, wait for my order. And I think that's what happens. Like, if I was frustrated too, he probably would feed off that, and then he'll get mad again. And no, I didn't give him that ammunition. So he just made the food and gave it to me, and I said, thank you, sir, and walked away. And I laughed. I'm like, man, I think I just made someone calm down. It felt good. But there's so many homeless people, man. And I'm one car problem away from that. Like, I have nothing, boys. I'm still doing, they call it paycheck to paycheck. Like, I'm still not making enough money, whether it's the bad weather or Christmas or New Year's. I have to take a day off, or slow. I don't know why. Like, just haven't gotten over it. Haven't sold any suits yet. So I'm always just getting by. So I have to steal food from Uber Eats, and I hate it. I hate it so much. I don't want to, but every time when I spend money on food, I'm like, man, that's $10 a day, $15 a day, like, and that's real cheap. That's only eating one time a day, or once a day. Each meal is about like $10-12. Unless you get the crappy food like McDonald's or Burger King, you get $5. But even that, that's still $150 if you do it every day, one meal. To me, that's $150 that might go towards the brakes, or might go towards a problem with the car, or more importantly, go towards you if it's extra. I know you probably, I'm sure your parent or your mom said this, and your aunts and grandma probably said, like, oh, he can get any other job. But you guys, I want you to listen up, because I've been thinking about that too. Like, oh, I can get any other job. I'm built different, boys, and you are built different too. We are made to survive. We are strong men. And the more you realize what life is, the more you understand there's a cruelty, and sometimes you have to make tough decisions. Well, it would not work for anyone. It's just a waste of anything. I would have been more miserable if I had a job that's not like this. It's more independent. It's freedom. And anyone else that says, oh, you can work at landscape, you can do this, fuck them. We are made to be businessmen. I don't know why. Just the way it is. We are made to think, how can I make profit? Even though I didn't make a lot of money, even though I'm losing now, it doesn't matter. It's still gonna happen. rest of your life, make nothing. It's more risk. I lost my family, so it's definitely more risk. Well, I better go. It's good talking with you boys. Like I said, when you turn 18, look for me, man. I'll have a cigar with you. Maybe have a nice single neat glass of some very rare whiskey, because I don't drink. But I will have a rare glass with you boys, paired with the cigar, of course. Getting tired. Still probably got about 2 more hours. 11, 12, 1, yeah, 2 more hours. I'll go by quick. I'm listening to Tim Cast. That's what's crazy, from Memphis all the way to North Carolina here, just so many hills. Like, it was, my car worked in overtime with that, especially in North Carolina. There's a lot of curves and hills. But I think I'm over it now. It's not as bad, at least. Let's hope. A guy told me that as you get down at a cigar shop, he was saying as you leave or go more towards Charlotte, he said, North Carolina, which is not too far from where I'm going, to Greensboro. He says you're more off the mountain. And I'm like, man, I didn't even know I was on the mountain. But there's some beautiful views. Man, beautiful views. Those views also made me cry too, man. But again, it's, you can cry alone. I know there's so many videos, like 300 or so right now. But out of all the videos, please listen to this part. Do not cry in front of people. That's one mistake I did. They will use it against you in all ways possible. Directly and indirectly. It shows weakness. It sucks. That's the way it is, boys. So cry alone. Don't be dumb and try not to cry. That's what I'm doing. And I'm getting better, but man, it still comes out. So you really have to work at that, where you won't even cry alone. I'm trying to do that because I'm trying to master it, because man, it just sucks crying. It feels good for a quick minute, because it has that memory attached to it. So you feel something in your heart, like it pumps extra and it feels kind of good. But like I don't want it anymore. It just hurts, man. After the happiness, it just hurts. And it's a type of hurt like you can't explain it. Like, it doesn't cut you, it doesn't make you bleed, it just hurts. Like, not even in your head, it's just like, it hurts. medication. It's just life. You just have to fucking live with it. No cure, no nothing. It just fucks with you. It tells you're a failure. It tells you that you fucked up and you can never go back. But you will remember every single fucking second. You get a pizza and you fucking remember everything. You fucking look down. You look to the left, you look to your right, you fucking sneeze, you fart, you say something, you say a joke, you lift your finger, you move your hand, you look at your shoes, every fucking action of your life, you remember your family. Ugh. Just fucks with you, man. But what do you do afterwards? After all that crying, after all these thoughts, after all this, you still breathe, you still live. So that's why crying is essentially worthless. No one's gonna come. You live and you die. That's it. Very simple. There's no higher being. There's no special thoughts. It's nothing. You live and you die. Doesn't matter if you hurt people. Doesn't matter if you are the nicest person ever. Doesn't matter. You live and you die. And that's it. But we lie to ourselves. We want that pureness. We want it. Even I wanted it. We want to believe that there's something out there. There probably is. But it ain't coming for us. Surely ain't coming for us. Because all we see is destruction, sprinkled with pockets of quick moments of smiling moments. That's why I would never blame your mother, because for 11 years, that was that sprinkle for me. And I believe that 11 years is eternity for some people, because some people came and get 5 minutes of what I've experienced with your mother of 11 years. So out of all this craziness, I'm the luckiest man in the world. I've experienced that type of love. And it doesn't matter if your mother didn't feel the same or not. That doesn't matter. Because I felt it. It's me personally. I felt that love. Oh man, it was so fucking amazing. Your mother. And she still is. But this fucked up world. And it's all my fault. Here I go in a circle again, boys, so I better depart. But, like I said, it's sooner or later it's pointless of crying. I'm happy that the roads are good. I really thought it was going to be driving like snowstorms and everything, but the roads are perfect right now. Found out Asheville was a once a week, maybe twice a week, but normally I just go and take showers. I did alright today, $115. I stopped about an hour and a half, close to 2 hours. 2 hours before, because it was getting bad. The little flurries was turning into wet, like rain almost, and it was below freezing. So what was it, like 28 degrees or something? Freezing starts at, I think, 32. And so I was scared that I might slide on the ice. So I stopped. Luckily, the gas station I normally sleep at, there's 3 of them that I chose, and I drove right past it, like within a third of a mile away from my last drop off for the food. So I'm like, okay, it's right there, so let me just stop. And thankfully it worked. I got gas, I took a break, I watched a movie on YouTube. That was pretty cool. But yeah, so just conclude, or give a little recap, where I traveled from Georgetown, Texas, where I left, past, went to DeSoto, Texas, and then I went to Texarkana, then went to Little Rock, Arkansas. Little Rock, went to Memphis, Tennessee, and then I went to Nashville, Tennessee, and then I went to Knoxville, Tennessee, and then Asheville. I went to Pigeon Forge right after Knoxville, about an hour away, I think, to Pigeon Forge. My dad and I went there when we were younger, so that was pretty cool. There. If you guys ever get sons of your own, take them there. It was real cool. I could imagine like 10 or 12-year-old boys, or even younger, for all ages, but more for like from 5 to 12 years old. Boys would love it there. There's so much cool stuff, like race cars and adventure stuff. I just saw it though this time. And then from Pigeon Forge, I drove to Asheville. I stayed there for about 3 or 4 days, and now I'm driving to Greensboro, and then I'm gonna hit Durham, and then I forgot what else. Richmond, Virginia, not might, but I will. And then not too far is Washington, D.C. So, and I'll get there. Today's the 6th, I think. Yeah. still hurts me, boys. What still makes me cry is the stupid thought of divorce. Like, it really kills my mind. Your mother divorced me. Like, she gave up. I never gave up. I never gave up. That's a head scratcher to me. I will never understand that. I've seen so many evil men in this world. And for your mother to divorce a man like me, that was just mean. That was just mean. And that just hurts, man. That cuts deep. That stabbing. Yeah, it just feels like a stab in your back, like you never saw it coming. I remember your mother would say, todo solo para ti, like only for you. Felt like a kid with her. Felt like I could tell her everything. Like my whole life was for her, man. Well, that sounds weak. In this world, this society, this world tells you you're weak if you keep on thinking about her. You're weak. You can't accept that she wants another man. All this stuff. It fucks with you, man. It fucks with you every day. And that's why I think people go insane. I watched, to keep me balanced, to say that my life isn't a real fuck up, I like to watch YouTube videos of, body cams of police interactions, and a lot of them, they go crazy, and some of them are about domestic disputes. And this guy went crazy. He truly can't control his anger. Like, that's why it just boggles my head. Like, I changed, and there's many men that will never change, and I changed. Like, I changed for your mother. And she didn't trust me. She didn't believe me. And I see these men, oh my gosh, like the excuses they make. Craziness. Like, why don't they get divorced? And you'd say, oh, well, my anger is my anger. Like, they accept their anger. You're just wrong. I remember when I thought about that, like I can't change. And that's a weak mind. There's a book that's called 48 Laws of Power. Out of all these dumb therapists, all these dumb psychologists, none of that shit matters, boys. Read that book. If you're anything like me, that book is so sexy. By Robert Greene, 48 Laws of Power. There's a chapter in it talks about anger and how it takes away your power. It takes away your strategies to become powerful, to have good control of things. And for me, I want control of my family. Good control, not what you see that's worse in this world, but bad control. Because there is good and bad control. And your mother understood that I had a good control of that family. She understood it. She agreed with it. It's a beautiful formula. But it just like clicked in my head. It switched. In my head, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why am I losing? Like, I'm truly losing because of that. And I don't know why, it just clicked in my head and it made sense. Like, I'm shooting myself in the foot every time. So I will never win. And I don't know about you boys, but I hate losing. It makes me despise everything. So it's just so attractive learning that about the whole getting your feelings. Oh, maybe you should understand the other person, the cause or fact. Bullshit. You fucking lose if you can't manage and understand your anger. Simple as that. Do you want to lose? No. Then fucking change. Simple. Oh, man. And I still do it because even though no one sees me, and yeah, your mother would say, oh, God sees you. Again, man, no hard feelings towards him, but I'm just going to continue on knowing that no one's going to come for me. And I'll probably get better results that way. And he'll understand. Because this whole waiting for God shit is for the birds. You have to take action. That's one of the reasons why I got so angry. Because he wasn't coming for me. It's a vicious cycle, boys. So I don't understand it. But I do understand that that's what got me angry. So I'm going to change. And he'll understand. If he's a loving God. But I'm not going to talk bad about him. I'm not going to say shit about him. But I'm also not going to praise him. I'm not going to go overboard like your mother does. No. I wouldn't even say your mother does it. Again, there's so many hypocrites, including your mother. A lot of people, just like your mother, uses religion as a scapegoat of not taking action of their fears, not confronting their fears. Your mother has a very big fear. And she hides behind religion because that says you don't have to face your fears. You just believe in God. He'll do everything for you. That's what she does. So she relies on him. Whatever happens because God's will. Good. But if I want to get McDonald's today, that is my will. Because I will drive over there to get McDonald's. And hey, look, it's God's will now too that I got McDonald's. Because I drove over there. So it's just a crazy thing. Don't even talk about religion to people, boys. It's just so fucked up. Like, at the end of the day, we don't know shit. We live and we die. Simple as that. I go back to that because I like it. And I actually learned that from a TV show called on Hulu. It's called Shogun. A young girl, before she dies, she says, let it come. And it was so courageous. She like accepted death because they were gonna kill her. But before that, she talked about different philosophies to this other guy, and she said, yeah, we live and we die, and there's no control other than that. We live and we die. You can't control anything else. We can't, outside of that's all what we do, is live and we die. I like it. and says it's over now, and even though it's sad, but maybe when we both die, maybe we'll see each other again in the afterlife or in another universe. And I thought that was pretty romantic. But I did have a very beautiful time with your mother. That's why I'll never blame her, man. I'll keep repeating that. I'll never blame her. How it just went like beautifully. Like everything worked out beautifully when I always doubted it, because I always had bad experiences in my life, and I'm like, no, this won't happen. She won't say yes. She said yes. I would say, no, she won't say yes to married. Then she said married. She said yes to that. I'm like, no, we won't have a kid. God will punish me with not having a kid. And we had Isaac and Benjamin and then William and Vincent. Like, personal, but let's be adults here. But I have a small private part as far as length. I wouldn't say like tiny, but not big. And I always had that hold against me when I was younger, a teenage. I always felt like embarrassed. That's why I didn't really push to sleep with other women. And then when I did, they like stopped calling. So I'm like, well, obviously they didn't enjoy it. But it always messed with me. And then with your mother, like I just, and again, let's be adults, boys. When I had no clothes on in front of your mother, I felt so comfortable. I wasn't judged. Like, she looked at me, like the beautiful innocent eyes. Like, it was just beautiful. Like I didn't have no worry in the world. I gave it all to your mother, and I appreciate her treating me that way. It's a beautiful feeling, man, when you're not embarrassed, when you don't feel second guess yourself, when you don't feel bad about yourself, you just feel pure happiness and joy. That's what she gave me, and I don't know if she knew that or not, but fuck, man, she gave me that joy, and I really appreciated that. That was pure joy. changes, but this is just permanent now. I have to live like this. So as I travel throughout the country, as I start sending emails out, letting people know about me visiting, I changed it up a little where it's a lot easier, where we just get the measurements, in-person measurements, your fully customization options, and in 2 to 3 weeks you get your garment, and then any alterations you'll be credited. Excuse me. So instead of waiting a whole other month or so, getting a trial garment, and one shot, let's get it going. It'll make them feel cool too, like, oh wow, I got it in 2-3 weeks. So I got most of that set up now, so I'm gonna start close to February. I want to make sure on January 20th, or January 17th, that so in 10 days, I'll find out if they continue it or not for my court case. I'm still kind of scared, man. I hope they don't take me to prison. Whether it's like 3 months or 18 months, something. I'm scared they might put me back into the whole jail prison part. I don't want that, because that's scary. I don't know how I survived the 4 times in there. Well, if they do it, they typically do it like every 3 months, like get another court date. So we'll see. Well, I'm in their hands now. I have no control. That's what's crazy about the court system. They can do whatever they want to me. And even if they don't give me no jail time, they're still gonna say like, oh, if you mess up one more time, they'll give you more. So it's like weird. Even though I never got in trouble with the law for like drugs or guns or anything crazy, so I don't mind it, but it's just weird having it over your head, like, oh, you can't do nothing. It's just different than being free compared to, oh, you cannot do this. But it's better than being behind bars, so I'll just take it, of course. I'll accept it. Alright, so it's close to an hour and 20 minutes, so I better go. Until next time, boys, give your mother my best, and we'll see how this all plans out, man. Maybe your mother gets a dream and say, no, I want to be with my husband, I trust him, I love him, and I believe in him. But one can dream. So you guys have a good night, or a good day, whatever you're listening to.